Welcome to Joe's Astrology. And we're looking at Sabrina Carpenter's birth chart. I have it here on the right, and I don't know much about her, so I have her here on Wikipedia on the left. And we can see she was born May 11th, 1999. And I see that she gained her prominence starring on the Disney Channel. And this reminds me of the Selena Gomez. This reminds me of her because I think she has moon here on the near the midheaven as well. And if we look here at Sabrina's chart, we can see she has Venus on the rising, and she has a Cancer rising, moon ruling her chart, and the moon is up there in the 10th house in Pisces. And the reason why I mentioned Selena Gomez and the Disney Channel is because this is a girl. You can just look at her face here. It reminds me of my sister as well. With the Cancer rising, the Venus on the rising, the moon ruler, the moon in water, the moon in Pisces, the moon in general, just a person that really is going to capture the public's attention with these alignments right here. And then of course Venus on the rising, and it's in the 12th, and we could look at Venus being in the 12th as opposed to the first. She's obviously a beautiful girl. We see that with Venus near the rising, and then Venus in the 12th. Again, just not just her looks attracting people, but just this. I don't really know much about her, but just the sense that she's a good person, that she cares about the public, kind of has that Neptune with Venus in the 12th, that Neptune persona. And speaking of Neptune, let's go straight to Neptune. With that being said, she has Neptune in the 8th at 4 degrees Aquarius. And it's retrograde. So Neptune's not on an angle, but we can see right away that it is making an inconjunct, almost exact inconjunct back to that Venus. And that is what we call a Virgo inconjunct. And considering that it's a sixth house position, Virgo inconjunct to Venus, we can see more emphasis on Virgo, which would be the opposition of Pisces. You could also say that it's loosely inconjunct to the rising there as well. So already we're seeing Neptune involved. Neptune being a planet of performances and things like the Disney Channel and acting and music. And we can see that since it's touching that Venus, it's affecting that Venus. So let's move on here and see what else we can look at. And I'm looking right at the number 4, and there it jumps out, Mercury. She's got an exact Mercury-Neptune square. Her mind, Mercury, what she thinks about primarily, what's on her mind. It's in Taurus. So she's definitely going to relate to people who are also watching. If you're watching the Disney Channel, if you're watching performances, you're in that Neptunian state. That's what you're looking for in your entertainment. To take you away from the world. And there it is, squaring Mercury. And then we can also say that Mercury is in an exact sextile, 60 degrees to that Venus. That Neptune is also making a loose square to Mars. And the South Node is not pictured on this chart, but the South Node is at 17 degrees conjunct Uranus, and Neptune is not conjunct, but it's there. It's within. It is. It's within 5. No, I'm sorry. It's within 13 degrees of that South Node, and it's moving away from the South Node. And the South Node is moving towards that Neptune. So we have to look at some more charts, but it is influencing that South Node. So we can see Neptune coming into the life in some way, being involved in this life for sure. Definitely with that South Node there. And it's in a conjunction by sign in Aquarius. So And then we can see the North Node where she's headed is ruled by the Sun, and that is in the second house in Leo, another sign of creativity, performance, being center stage. And we see the ruler of the Sun is in Taurus. So that North Node in the second, the ruler of the North Node, the Sun in Taurus in the 11th, a house that has to do with fame. And Taurus is a sign of money. The second house, a house of money. So she's moving towards a lot of money here. We can see Venus on the rising, which would also have to do with money. If you look at this chart, this would be someone who would have some good fortune around money, especially in an age that we're living in now. Interesting, she's from Quakertown, Pennsylvania. That is about 2 hours from where I am right now. Quakertown, Pennsylvania is a suburban rural town in Pennsylvania, and there's nothing there. I used to go to tennis tournaments in that town. So let's take a look here and see what else we have. She's got the moon in Pisces, sun, and it's making a sextile to the sun in Taurus. Taurus, Pisces, sun in Taurus, Pisces, moon. Very, very good for people that have good fortune in this life. It gives a clue. Usually those people will have money. They will have some type of good fortune. That combination, that sun-moon combination works really well. She has 3 older sisters, and she was homeschooled. Homeschooled, could also correlate that to Neptune. And her Pluto, usually we start here with Pluto. Pluto's in the 6th, and the opposition is in the 12th. So Pluto, where she's coming from, the South Node, the 8th. And you can see with the South Node in the 8th and Pluto in the 6th, we could look at, she's coming from a place of work, of working on getting involved in other people's business, making money, things like that. Other people's, sharing resources. And with the Pluto in the 6th, this is something that somebody might be skilled at working at with those two together. And we see the opposite. Pluto's retrograde and the opposition there in the 12th with Venus there. This is something that she's worked on, or that she's meant to work on in this life. These performances with the North Node as a way to gain resources and popularity. She has Jupiter in Aries. We see this often with like Taylor Swift as well. These people are very energetic. They have a lot of energy. They have a lot of motivation and ambition. And we see Jupiter there in the 10th in Aries. Very ambitious sign, a very ambitious house. Jupiter's contacting that sun at 20 degrees. Jupiter's contacting Uranus in a sextile. So she is very with the times, with that Jupiter-Uranus sextile and Uranus in Aquarius, South Node in Aquarius. And of course, as I mentioned, ambition, we will see this Mars retrograde in Libra is making almost an exact opposition to that Jupiter. Very ambitious opposition there, with Mars in the 4th, really emphasizing that Mars, even though it's in its fall in Libra, it's retrograde. It's in a powerful house, the 4th house. This is a very ambitious person. A very ambitious person with that sweet smile that you would never, I've never seen her talk. I've never seen her sing. I don't know, but I'd guess that you might not see it on the outside. Mars retrograde, that's very internal. Is there anything wrong with this? Absolutely not. However, these people have a lot of influence over the public. And I would be able to get into why that's problematic maybe in another video. here she's in a relationship with Bradley Stephen Perry, described as her first love. We can look at her 7th house. It's ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is in Taurus. So there we see some involvement with money as well with her lovers. And it says here, began a relationship with Irish actor Barry Keoghan. They moved in together at a $4.4 million house in the Hollywood Hills. So I don't know much about him, but I'm guessing he had a lot of money. And then, of course, these are all famous people that she was with who would also have a lot of money and be career people. Capricorn, Saturn. So, I'm going to leave it there for now. Hope you enjoy this, and have a great day.